Hi, this is Tarec Saffiedine with Studio MMA, and normally I don't do this, but my grammar is horrible, my dialect is horrible, so I'm going to let him introduce himself because I don't want to say it wrong. Please say your name.
My name is Tarec Saffiedine.
I was going to say Saffiedine, whatever. The E's are different. We're talking about a man from Belgium. People know them for their beer, their chocolate, and Van Damme. And yet he comes over, an actual tough guy, not a pretend on-screen tough guy. Trains with Dan Henderson, who's on the card. What's it like for you to? This is pretty big. Like this isn't I'm fighting in someone's backyard and it's on YouTube. This is big. How does that feel good for you? I mean, that most Americans are too lazy to do anything, and yet you come across the seas, you train, you're on the big show. How is it for you?
It's amazing, because most of those guys I've been watching them on TV, even when I didn't start fighting. Mm-hmm. So it's a great feeling to be here, and especially with my my mentor Dan Henderson. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's definitely an honor for me to be here, even on the main card. It's pretty big. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
Now, working with someone like Dan Henderson, who's been around and in the game long enough, do you think that when you train with someone like that, it helps shortcut things? Like before, you would run into a wall, and someone like him can say, "I ran into that wall. This is how you get around it." Do you find that? Are you learning? Is your progression faster here and with them than it would be if you were elsewhere?
Yeah, definitely. I'm from a striking background, mm-hmm. and Team Quest was a perfect fit for me because in Belgium we don't have wrestling mm-hmm. as big as the US. Maybe a little bit, but not as big as here. So training from nothing to with the Olympic champion, it's great, and I couldn't be in a better place than Team Quest, and especially with Dan. He has a great wrestling for MMA, mm-hmm. So it's great to be there. Yeah.
Now, how's the climate difference? Because you're in Temecula, right? It's hot. Temecula is hot. How is it different? Is it nice to be there? Is it easy to just switch over, or how is it for you?
It's great because Belgium, the weather sucks. Sorry, but it really does. So
someone had to say it.
So yeah, it's raining most of the time, and going back, be able to go to the U.S. and in such a nice city, and in California, it's great. Yeah.
Most people have it hard. They can't move 500 miles away. They'll miss their family too much. How is it for you to just pack it in and leave? How is it for you to do that?
It's hard. And also, I moved my wife. Mm-hmm. She's from Belgium too, so it's hard for both of us. But we are together, so it's a bit easier. And but it's definitely hard. But we try to come back there like once or twice a year. See the family, and but we talk on the internet and everything, so everything's cool. Yeah.
This was hard when the internet wasn't big. Now, going into the fight, I hate to talk to fighters about fighting, but Scott Smith he's a good Muay Thai fighter, and you're a stand-up fighter. Are you happy for that? You've been or upset? You've been training wrestling, and now you're fighting a guy who doesn't wrestle. So, are you looking forward to that?
Yeah. My last couple of opponents were pure wrestlers, so I have to work different way, and I'm excited to fight for once a Strikeforce. So our style match up pretty well. I have a different type of striking than his, and I put a good game plan in place, and as long as I stick to it, it'll be fine.
Now, people watching fights, they can hear the noise, but when you check a kick and it's shin to shin, do you feel it, or do you just keep going? Like, what is it like when you're checking a hard kick?
With the adrenaline, you don't feel it too much, After the fight, you feel it. But during the fight, you don't pay attention too much to that. But after the fight, yeah.
So in a fight, realistically, all the stuff people see, it's not really hurting you. It just eventually your body just goes, I've been hiding it long enough. I'm out. Really?
It depends on what kind of shot you get, But. We train for that, and get as much ready as we can to not feel the pain, I would say. And but during the fight, you have adrenaline, and until you are unconscious on the floor, I don't think you feel less feel less the punch and kicks and everything.
Now, looking forward to this, how are you? You're physically doing great. How are you mentally? Mentally, people don't talk about fighting. You know, a lot of people say, well, it's a mental game, it's a mental game. How are you mentally? Everything's strong, you're looking forward to it, you're thinking about it, you're not hesitant, you know what I mean?
Yeah. My last fight I was nervous. I admit it. I'll be honest, and I was really nervous, and I learned from that, and took a step back, and I read a lot of book, psychological book, and I tried to build my confidence, and right now I'm really confident, but at the same time I'm really peaceful. So I'm relaxed, and I enjoy the moment, and I'm feeling really good. Really, I feel really good, and also my, the mind works with the body, and the body might work with the mind, and everything, is going really well between the two, and so I'm really good.
Now, with this fight, this has to put you in a whole nother category. I mean, this is a guy people have heard and have seen, and to have you, that's a great respect shown to you that they're going to say, seen him fight, this is going to be a good fight. With this, what do you do next? Like, are you going to just wait for the next fight, or are there things you want to do, or anything like that?
No, I'm not looking past the fight, so whatever comes after will come. I'm focused on the fight, focused on Scott Smith and winning the fight. And after we'll see.
Now, this is my last question, and a lot of people say that they're not looking past the fight. Does that border on obsession? Like you think about them when you're in the bathroom, you think about them when you're eating, is it like that for you as a fighter?
No, I mean, yeah, of course, I think about him, I think about but I think more about my game plan, the way I'm gonna go into the fight, prepare myself mentally, and I do a lot of visualization. So I try to imagine the fight and everything. So, but other than that, no, not much. No.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you guys fight. Take care, Tarec.